10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to John O. Quinn Field in H-Town, home to the Houston Cougars. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the BYU Cougars, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an inter-conference matchup, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. He'll bring it out. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Cougars offense will go on the attack first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches need.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Such a great job on the defense, winning on early downs. What does that mean? Now it means 3rd and long. 3rd and long, now I go to dime packages, to nickel packages. I'm taking linebackers off the field and bringing on deep.
He lofts one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fair catch will be made just inside his own 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9. So the BYU Cougars offense will go to work for the first time. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover him, take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone, mix it up, give different looks, because he's a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They'll run it from the gun. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity of playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out. Not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
On the run, it's Sanford. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll run it. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. DB's right up on the receivers. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, they're after him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Out of the gun, the give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Lets it fly deep downfield. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. He splits the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. Never know what can happen when two good teams face off. But even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Tollefson. Here's the pressure. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Well, it's clear the coaching staff had a little conversation before this drive, and they said, we have got to run the football. All 4 plays of this drive so far have been runs, and they're taking a bit of an attitude shift here. They want to be physical, and they want to pound the defense into submission.
And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. The Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Dropping back, it's Tollefson. That's reeled in, it's Turner. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Hagan. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to...
Scores on the sneak!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. Just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 7-3. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And here's the return. And the returner goes down. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Barber. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. On the ground, it's Sanford. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Now on second down. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got him downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Grabbed in the middle, it's Barber. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here.
Houston has it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Wants to throw. It's Tollefson. Pulls it in. It's Hagan. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. They're going to run it. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Makes the grab. It's Turner. He'll work his way down to the 28.
It's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
It's complete on the right side. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line. And a chance to really carry momentum with them into the locker room if they can take the lead here. 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Waning seconds of the first half, let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Under fire. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far.
The Cougars will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
With the catch, it's Napier. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Tollefson. The short hands, it's Hagan. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Got it in the middle, it's Napier. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Leaves it with the running back. Got the first down and still on his feet. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, 1st down. To the air on 1st down. He'll pull it down. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
Man, I like the call. 3rd and inches, I feel like I can get a few inches. I just need to fall forward, but this defense more than ready for the quarterback sneak.
Now, I think as a play caller, that just makes you second-guess everything. You'd love to think you can just dial up QB sneak to pick up that first down. Now, you're probably going to have to hand it off to the big fella behind you to keep this drive going.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down. They go to the ground. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Looking for a man. It's Tollefson. Caught near the sticks. It's Turner. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Wants to fire on second down. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Back open in the middle. At the 35, he's open. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. And the Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff from the gun. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden, they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
Trying to find the end zone. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Can the D deny them on second and goal? To the air, it's Tollefson. Using the quick game. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Unleashes to the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. So now on comes the field goal unit. And this one shouldn't be too taxing, a 23-yard try. He slides that just inside the right upright. And it's a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter after the field goal. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the catch. Now they've got even more breathing room out at the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to.
There he goes!
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It is difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with it.
And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catch is made at the 15. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Hand off from the shotgun. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking for a man. It's Tollefson. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Made the play on the bit, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26. They go to the draw. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Trying play action. Fires to the tight end. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Cougars line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Secondary walks up on the line showing press coverage. Here comes the heat. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Michigan has the lead right now, but it hasn't come easy for the folks in Ann Arbor. They're in a tight one. They're up by a field goal over Oregon. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Takes the grab. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. BYU lines up quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Dropping back, it's Tollefson. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Finds his back in the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Just keep slinging it. Finds his man. It's Hagan. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. It's a 1-score game lead, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. From the gun, the ground game. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Tollefson. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
They were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. BYU with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And that is a perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays, don't want to give up those 1st downs, and just make that clock run.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. He wants it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And the defense gave up some yards late in the game, but when it mattered most, when the offense had a chance to go in here and take the lead late in this football game, they absolutely closed the door, get the INT, and get the ball back to their offense.
Touch pass on the right. Oh, what a move. Runs through a tackle. He'll be knocked out of bounds after picking up a few. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Watkins. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And they'll take a knee. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm